Got to remember this, okay? Got to remember. As always, remember, you have a grouping. 2 black keys, 3 white keys. 3 black keys, 4 white keys. That pattern is all the way up and all the way down the piano. We're down here on the bottom because these are our bass notes. There are deeper tones. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at the Halsey video and go look at the Justin Bieber Yummy video. I gave you guys the step-by-step formula. I also will put the formula in the description. Number 1, have a burning desire to play piano by ear. Number 2, have the belief. That's the second B. The belief that it's possible. Yes, it's possible because I'm teaching you right now. Number 3, pick out the bass notes. We picked them out. Remember, if you've followed all of my videos up until this point, you'll know the names of some of these notes. You need to just start to memorize them little by little. F sharp. Black keys. Well, I don't want to get into it too much, but black keys are either sharp or they're flat. Flat means half a step down. Sharp means half a step up. So this note is F. This is F sharp. This is known as G. This is known as G flat. Okay? So if you go down a half a step, and this is represented by a half a step, then it's called a flat. If you go up, it's called a sharp. So this note here has 2 names. It's either F sharp or G flat. Same note, same tone, just 2 different names. That's all. So our first note is F sharp. And now, Nick, Origin. I love doxing myself. Origin. How do we know what's more proper to call F sharp or G flat? Well, it just depends on how the music is written. It depends on a bunch of other factors to make it consistent. Like if you have a lot of flats, it'd be easier just to call this G flat rather than F sharp. But who cares about that right now, okay? Here's our 3 chords. It keeps me up all night. F sharp, C sharp, dum dum, dum dum dum. This is G sharp. So we have F sharp, C sharp, G sharp. Now notice, what if I called this G flat, C sharp, G sharp? I mean, that's hard. It's like, oh, G flat and G sharp? It's too difficult. Let's make it consistent. We'll call them all sharps. F sharp, C sharp, because here's C, half a step up is sharp, and then G sharp. That's easy. So those are our 4 bass notes, and that's your 3rd step. You need to figure out what are typically your 4 bass notes. But in this song, we only have 3. That makes it easy. It keeps me up anyway. See, you can play along with it right now. Here's the chorus, same thing. Nope, well, I guess it keeps going. It keeps me up all night. It keeps me up all night. It keeps me. Okay, now we need the chords. Remember, here's this final step. For it to be a chord, we play it with our right hand. We play it a little higher up near the middle of the piano. Okay, so here's our grouping of 2 black keys, 3 black keys. Also, you could view it conversely, and here's 3 black keys, 2 black keys. It doesn't really matter, I guess, which one comes first, the group of 3 or the group of 2. But typically, you'd think about it the group of 2 and then the group of 3 because the group of 2 is directly in the middle of the piano. Remember, guys, and girls, a lot of what I'm teaching you will make more sense if you watch the Halsey video and if you watch the Justin Bieber video. But let's find those chords now. Remember, your chords can either be major or they can be minor. Major means happy, minor means sad. Let me ask you a question. This song by Khalid, do you think it's happy or sad? Of course, it sounds more happy. It's more upbeat. So I would take a random guess and say that most of these 3 chords are going to be major chords because those are happy chords. Maybe there's 1 minor chord. I don't know. But I would guess 2 major chords and 1 minor chord. Let's see if I'm right. And I already know I'm wrong because I tried it once. Take a look. F sharp is our first bass note, right? Now notice it sounds a little higher. That's because I'm a little higher on the piano. But it's the same as this. Keeps me up all night. So here's our F sharp. That's our bass note. Now, as I've discussed in other videos, to make this a chord, we need 2 other notes. We need 3 total. So here's our first one. Always, the first note of the chord will always correspond with the bass note. So notice how they're the same. Block of 3, block of 3. First black key. Same thing. 1, 2, 3. That's a F sharp chord. Just memorize it right now. That's an F sharp major chord. F, B flat, C sharp. If I wanted to make this a minor chord or a sad chord, I would take the third note, which is right here. You would say, but Nick, it's the second note of the chord. No, it's actually the third note of the scale. 1, 2, 3. See? If you want to make this major chord, which sounds happy, into a sad minor chord, you take the third and you flat it. Go half a step down. So it sounds like this. So my finger just slipped from here to here. Ah, darker. Happy. Happy. Sad. That doesn't sound like the Khalid song. I'm going to take an educated guess because I know I'm training my ear at this point. I know that I don't know this stuff perfectly yet. I'm just training my ear. And I know just like practice, like shooting free throws, eventually I'll get good at it. You need to continue to train your ear, folks. Here's our first chord. F sharp, A sharp, also known as B flat, whatever. We'll call it F sharp, A sharp, C sharp. Keeps me up all night. Now I need the next chord, which was a dum 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 dum. It's a C sharp, so it needs to start with a C sharp. C sharp, F, G sharp. So here's our 1, here's our 3, here's our 5. It's either C sharp major, which is this, happy, or a C sharp minor, which is this. Taking this down half a step is just switching from this one to this one. Is it C sharp major or C sharp minor? Well, you could try both and keep playing it and again and again and again until you think you know which one it is. I think it's the major. I could be wrong, but I think it's C sharp major. And then our final chord, remember, what's our bass note? It's this one. G sharp. What does that card look like? I'm pretty sure it's a happy one. G sharp, C, D sharp. How do I make this a G sharp minor? Take the third, make it flat, flat it. And that's just too dark, okay? So here's our 3 chords. I'm gonna play them sequentially. I'll remind you, first chord is F sharp major. F sharp, A sharp, C sharp. Second chord is C sharp major. C sharp, F, G sharp. Final chord is G sharp major. G sharp, C, D sharp. I will put these all into the description for you. I typically like to call this E flat, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Same thing, D sharp. I'm going to play the music. I'm going to play the chord on top of it. Let's see if we're correct. Sorry. I'll play it down here. We got it. That's correct. These 3 chords will repeat the entire song. Now, notice. Let me go to my handy mirror here. Turn on the light. Now I want you to notice, people. Notice how it's difficult. It's like my hands are jumping around a lot. It seems like I have to really move my hands from the F sharp into the next chords. It's okay. At this stage of your development, I want you to do that and learn to do that. Now, look at what I'm talking about here. I want you to learn. You might say, Nick, Origin, this looks so difficult. You're going from here to the second chord, which is all the way here. Yeah, and then all the way back here. Yeah, it is hard. It is hard. But at this stage of your development, later I'll do like a more complicated class and show you how you can actually change these chords so that they're all closer together like this. See what I did there? But I don't want to do that right now. I want you guys to learn the way that I'm teaching you for now. Okay? So shut up and listen. I'm just joking. I'm gonna. This is great. I'm gonna turn this off and I'm gonna just play along with this song because I think it's a really fun song. Okay. Last video coming up. Last part coming up.